Tonight, your Jacks host the Huskies of St. Cloud State University. And now, here are the starting lineups for tonight's ball game. First for the Huskies, Adam Guard, 5'10" sophomore from Mankato, Minnesota, number 15, Dan Ward. And the other guard, 6'4" sophomore from Chisholm, Minnesota, number 41, Joel McDonald. At a forward, 6'4" senior from Maple Grove, Minnesota, number 25, Stuart Kramer. And the other forward, a 6'7" junior from Plymouth, Minnesota, number 45, Bob Sharnowski. Center for the Huskies, 6'7" senior from Eden Prairie, Minnesota, number 53, Greg Kesty. The Huskies are coached by Butch Raymond, assisted by Kevin Schlegel. Now, tonight's junior Jacks are Danny Amundsen, Derek Oster, Luke Brentley, Yvonne Christensen, and Dustin Christensen, rookies. They're being escorted out by cheerleaders Nicole Sender and Craig Odegaard. Starting for the Jackrabbits, at a guard, 6'3" junior from Milford, Iowa, number 14, Hutchins. Guard, a 6'1" freshman from Racine, Wisconsin, number 20, Jermaine Showers. At a forward, 6'2" junior from Holland, Minnesota, number 22, Troy Bowman. Tate, senior from Aurora, South Dakota, number 54, Pete Leiferman. Center for the Jackrabbits, 6'9" junior from Freedom, Wisconsin, number 44, Corey Van de Wettering. The Jacks are coached by Jim Thorson, assisted by Scott Nagy.
Set for the opening tip tonight from Brookings. Nice to have you along. The opening tip is controlled by the Jacks. Comes away to Ryan Notches, off to Jermaine Showers. Showers comes front court. He'll set the play. Picked up by Ward outside. Spins it right of the lane for Notches. Now to Van de Wettering, head of the key. They loop it to the Leiferman. Turnaround 12-footer. No good. Rebound off Van de Wettering's hands. Comes out to Showers. Jermaine drives the baseline within 10. Pumps and hits. So Showers gets the first field goal of the night. The Jacks on top by 2, and they'll put some pressure on in backcourt. Ward throws a long home run pass down court to Kramer, who's in the corner, and then settles it down and sends it back outside to Ward. And now Ward, the leading assist man in the league, will feed it to the left-hand corner. Kesty sends it back out. Kramer fires for 3, no good. Rebound on the lane, and Kesty lost it on the floor. It's picked up instead by Notches, and the Jacks will come the other way. Showers will come front court. Showers sets it up outside to Van de Wettering, head of the key. Corey looks in the lane. Hold tie, spins it back to Showers, and Jermaine gives to Troy Bauman. Now Bauman right of the lane for Notches. Notches looks in deep, can't find Leiferman, finds Van de Wettering at the free throw stripe. Corey, though, going to send it back outside to Pete Leiferman. Now to Showers, head of the lane. Left side, Notches. Notches trying to get around Ward in the lane, fires from 7 on the run. It's good, and he is fouled.
Well, Nacho had a big game last night. Didn't miss a shot from the floor. Was a perfect 6 out of 6 that time. He had a little head fake at the three-point line. That was enough to get by his man and go baseline and then pull up for that little one-handed jump shot from 5 feet away plus the foul.
So Notches picks up his first field goal of the night. The foul chalked up against Dan Ward. And Notches comes to the line trying to complete a three-point play. 77% free throw shooter on the year. Notches fires and converts, and the Jacks are off and rolling to a 5-0 advantage. No pressure in backcourt. And helping out will be Sharnowski, who gets it away to Ward across the timeline now to Kesty. Kesty comes front court, waits for Ward, and dishes back to him. And now Ward will set it up outside. Comes to the left of the lane, drives through the lane, and feeds it elite too hard for Sharnowski. It goes to the corner where Bauman bounces it off. Sharnowski out of bounds, but they say no, Bauman was the last to touch it. So the Huskies retain possession from side court, and Ward will trigger it in. He's got McDonald and Kramer, Sharnowski and Kesty. Ward looking to play it in, and still holding the basketball, and finally sends it way out near the timeline, almost in the back court. Saved by Kramer, who gave it away to Charnowski, and he returns the ball to Ward to reset the St. Cloud offense. Ward driving the lane, scoops it off to Charnowski for a 10-footer that is good, and the Huskies have their first 2 points from their leading scorer. 5-2 Jacks as they come front court. Showers left to the lane for Leiferman. Loops it for Van de Wettering. Loose underneath. He'll put it up over Kesty, but it's blocked by Kesty. Rebound comes out to Bauman, head of the lane. Off to Notches. He'll fire for 3. Good. So Notches with 6 points early, and the Jacks lead at 8-2. Ward rushing front court all the way down the lane, then feeds it back outside to McDonald. McDonald head of the lane for Kesty. Kesty looking for help outside. He's double-teamed and spins it away to Ward. And now Dan Ward will set it up left of the lane. Finds Kramer at the free throw stripe. He'll pump it up from there. It is no good. Rebound saved by Kesty. Got it back out to McDonald. McDonald looks at the 3, passed it up, gives to Charnowski wide open for a 12-footer. That's no good, and Showers has the rebound. Jacks the basketball. They look to run. Long pass to Notches, front court. Then he'll slow it down. Head of the key, Leiferman. Down the lane, Van de Wettering trying to spin it in with a 5-footer that won't go. Rebound, St. Cloud batted loose. Loose on the floor. Notches had it, lost it. Scramble again by the Huskies, and Kesty saved it off to Ward. Ward will hustle the front court. 2-on-2 into the lane comes Ward. Drives it all the way in, then scoops it back outside. Kramer tries a 3. It's good. So Stuart Kramer picks up the 3-pointer, 8-5. Here's Bauman going all the way. Lays it up and in.
Oh, great drive. He beat the defense back and laid it in.
10-5. Jacks by 5. The first bucket of the night for Troy Bauman. Ward will come the other way for St. Cloud. To Kesty outside. Kesty got into the lane, pumps it from 12. It's good. So Kesty gets his first field goal, and 10-7 now as the scoring picks up. Showers front court. 16:35 left in the first half as Jermaine calls the play and sets it left of the lane. Comes back to the right side. Still has the basketball. Showers looking toward the corner. Now he'll send it outside to Notches. Notches head of the lane, picked up by McDonald, bounces in on the steal. Charnowski comes the other way. Charnowski drives into the lane, feeds Ward. He lays it up, and it won't go, and the rebound Notches. Jacks the basketball off to Showers. Showers comes front court, and Ward is hurt at this end of the court. Here's Bauman outside. Ward just now getting to midcourt. Here's Showers into the lane, pumps it from 10 on the run. It won't go, but a foul against McDonald. And Ward thought he had been fouled as he has a word for the officials as he finally reaches the front court.
Well, the last time down St. Cloud, the time before, I should say, hit that 3-point shot by Kramer. That's one thing you'll probably see St. Cloud do a lot of tonight. They are a good 3-point shooting team. In fact, they shoot 42% from the 3-point line, but they do not defend the 3 very well because their opponents also shoot 42% from the 3-point line.
Jermaine Showers converts his first free throw of the night. Jacks lead at 11-7. Showers looking for point number 4, and he got it. 12-7, South Dakota State. St. Cloud plays it in, and Ward is double-teamed in backcourt. Pressured and has to spin it loose. It's a loose basketball. Hustling after it, though, is Charnowski, who comes front court, or Kesty, I should say, and then he travels. So Kesty turns it over, and the pressure defense paying off early.
Good work by the Jacks with the half-court, the backcourt trap. They almost got the turnover, but then Kesty there, forced to go up-tempo, traveled.
Showers front court for the Jacks. Works to the right of the lane where he's picked up by Ward. Jermaine sends it out head of the key for Notches. Ryan Notches to Bauman in the lane. Open for 14. Good. 4 points for Troy Bauman. He got the layup. Now he hits from 14 away, and it's 14-7 Jackrabbits. Pressure again in backcourt. Ward double-teamed that away from 2 defenders. Fires it in the lane. Finds the open Kesty for the 12-footer. That's good. Greg Kesty's second field goal. 14-9. Jackrabbits by 5. Notches front court trying to go baseline to McDonald. Got him in the air. Pumps from 12. It won't go. Rebound the lane taken down by the Huskies as Kramer gets it away to Ward. Ward will hustle it front court for St. Cloud. Loops it down deep for Charnowski on the drive. He lays it up and in, and he is fouled.
Yeah, foul called on Corey Van de Wettering, as Charnowski, a good hard worker. In fact, he's been playing some real good basketball as of late. He was the NCC Player of the Week. In fact, in his last 6 games, he's averaging 21 points a game, but he had a tough game last night in Augustana. In fact, did not even hit double figures. That's Sioux Falls. And that also was a big part of the reason why St. Cloud took one on the chin last night against Augustana. But he's certainly a very good basketball player.
He'll come to the line trying to complete a 3-point play. Chris Bodette checks in for St. Cloud. Their tallest performer, 6'9", replaces the 6'7" Greg Kesty. Charnowski with the free throw. It's good. He completes the 3-point play, and he's got 5 points in the game and pulls St. Cloud back within 2. Jacks come front court. Showers to Leiferman, head of the lane. Pete spins it left side for Bauman. Now Troy looks outside, finds Notches head of the key, tried to feed it in the lane, but a whistle and a foul chalked up against St. Cloud.
Chris Beaudet calls for that foul. The reach over is Leiferman trying to post up in the lane, and Beaudet reached across with the arm, and that's where the foul was called.
Third team foul against the Huskies. We've played just about 5 minutes of basketball. Ball to be played in from out of bounds. Bauman, the trigger man. He loops it to the corner, and Notches lost it, and then it goes out of bounds, but last touch they say by St. Cloud, as McDonald was on the sideline as well. So Notches will play it in from side court. Jacks lead it 14-12. Notches plays it into Showers. Quickly picked up by Ward. Jermaine comes to the left of the lane, gives way to Notches, who drives the baseline all the way in, lays it up and in, and then an offensive foul. Will the basket count? No basket. And Notches will pick up the charge. That's his first foul of the night. Thought they might give him the bucket and then the foul, but no. Score remains 14-12. Now, the officials are going to discuss the situation as Jim Thorson came halfway up the court. But no dice. It remains 14-12, and the foul charge to Notches. The ball goes to St. Cloud. Huskies will come front court. And Ward will set it up outside. Ward comes left of the lane, now down the lane, got within 12, won't shoot over Showers. His pass stolen by Notches. Ryan could go all the way. He drives it into McDonald, and he stuffs it. And he's fouled.
Well, how about that for a play of the year so far? Ryan Notches just stepped in, saw the pass, which was telegraphed, stepped in, stole it, then went down court. And I thought he was going to lay it in, finger roll, but he went all the way and dunked it on the baseline with great explosion, plus the foul. And that I would give my vote for shot of the year by Ryan Notches right there.
Foul on Joel McDonald, his second of the night. He will leave. And here comes John Evans, who was that star of the first meeting. He'll get an early start tonight in the St. Cloud lineup. Meanwhile, Notches at the free throw stripe already has 8 points in the ball game. His free throw, no good. Rebound off to Sharnowski. St. Cloud comes the other way, trailing the Jacks 16-12. Ward front court. Jason Schutz is checked in for Van de Wettering, and he picks up Sharnowski in the lane. Sharnowski tries to spin high post. Steal by Showers. One man to beat. He drives on Ward, lays it up and in. Showers with 6 points and a timeout by St. Cloud. 14-11 to go in the half. Jacks lead at 18-12. We'll take a timeout. Be back in 60 seconds.
Foul possession turned into 4 points for the Jacks.
St. Cloud to play it in from out of bounds, and Ward will bring it front court. Ward works his way to the right of the lane, picked up by Showers. Now Jermaine, another steal, and then it goes out of bounds. Last touch. Oh, they say by St. Cloud. So the Jacks will take it from side court. So Showers, who leads the league in steals, picking up 2 in a row here. This one he couldn't get away with, but was able to end up with the basketball. Here's Bauman. Down the lane for the Jacks. He lays it up. It won't go. And the rebound on the baseline. Ward tried to save it, but he was out of bounds. He tried to bounce it off Schutz, but Schutz was laying out of bounds. Now they're going to say, yes, indeed, he got it off Jason before he fell out of bounds, so it will be Husky basketball. And now Ward is going to leave the lineup, and checking in will be Dino DeVita.
There was quite a battle going on between Showers and Ward. I think Butch Raymond took Ward out of that game before something crazy happened.
And DeVita, his replacement, will bring the ball front court, picked up by Showers. These two matched up in high school in the Racine, Milwaukee area. DeVita sends it outside, and it'll be handled there by Kramer. Now off to Evans, and a whistle and a foul is against Evans, pushing off.
A lot of pushing going on in this first half early in the ballgame by both teams, and that time they called St. Cloud with the push inside. They'll call that inside on Chris Beaudet with the push-off.
Yeah, Chris Beaudet gets his second personal foul, and Troy Smith checks into the Jackrabbit lineup for Jermaine Showers.
Instant offense there. He had a big game last night. Of course, he had the big shot to win it, and before that, he had already had 16 points. He had a real good night last night. One of his best, I'd say, all year as a Jack.
Kesty replaces Beaudet in the St. Cloud lineup. So the Jacks will walk at front court with Troy Bauman as the point guard now. Jacks lead at 18-12, 13 and a half minutes to go in the first half. Bauman trying to work on DeVita, comes to the right of the lane. Sends it outside for Notches. Notches holds high, feeds to Troy Smith, drives the lane, feeds, shots underneath, and then he is fouled.
Oh, nice pass, though, by Smith. as he took off down the lane, and the no-look pass inside to Jason Schutz, who could have went up and dunked that, but the foul happened before he could get off the ground.
Kesty will pick up the foul, his first of the night. Jacks will play the ball in from out of bounds. 16 fouls on the Huskies now. Jacks have just 2. Bauman to play it in to Smith in the corner. Troy on the right baseline, and he can't get a shot. Has to look for help outside. He's tied up by Evans. Feeds to Leiferman underneath. Then he has the ball knocked away, knocked up to the basket, and then out of bounds and last touched by St. Cloud.
They haven't even made a call yet.
No, now they're saying jump ball. They couldn't make up their mind. They're calling it a jump ball, and the arrow favors the Huskies. So 2 officials had differing ideas, and so they end up with a jump ball, and the ball comes front court in the hands of St. Cloud. DeVita sends it to Sharnowski. Sharnowski bounces right of the lane for Kesty. Schutz goes to pick him up, then sends it left side. Here's Evans firing, partially blocked Bauman. Rebound Schutz, and off to Bauman, and he'll come front court. So the hero of the first meeting, Evans, has his first shot blocked tonight. Here's Notches driving the lane. Can't get in. Sends it back out to Bauman. And Troy will reset for the Jacks. Gives to Notches right of the lane. They loop it into Leiferman. He's double-teamed, and his pass is stolen away by Kramer of the Huskies. Off to DeVita. DeVita comes front court. Feeds left-hand corner Kesty. Kesty sends it back outside to Evans. Now right of the lane, Sharnowski. Sharnowski back to DeVita. They reset outside. DeVita picked up by Troy Smith. Bounces right of the lane. Off it comes to Sharnowski. Now to Evans. Evans holds high over Bauman. Looks down the lane. Finds Kramer. Bounces in deep. His pass batted loose. Jacks have it. Shuts off to Troy Smith. Troy hustling front court. Works to the right of the lane. Smith still has the basketball. Finally cuts it loose to Bauman. And Troy will reset the half-court offense. Trying to improve on a 6-point Jackrabbit lead with the 12-minute mark coming in the first half. Troy Smith. Now head of the key, Leiferman. Left lane, Notches. He'll fire for 3. It's no good. Rebound Bauman. Troy spins in the lane, and he is fouled. And that'll be against Evans, his first of the night. And coming to the free throw line will be Troy Bauman with a 1-and-1 effort. And Brad Timmerman will check in for Leiferman. The 2 seniors in uniform tonight, changing places.
Well, you mentioned, Steve, that Pete Leiferman tonight ties Mark Tetzlaff for the most games ever played by a Jackrabbit. He was tied with Jeff Boer coming in, but now he ties Mark Tetzlaff for the most ever, 118. And Brad Timmerman not far behind at 114 now.
Troy Bauman converts the first free throw. He's got 5 points in the first half. Jack's lead is 7, 19-12. And Bauman has a second opportunity at the stripe. His free throw on its way is in and out, no good. And Sharnowski's got a rebound. Off it comes to DeVita. DeVita will come front court for St. Cloud. DeVita works his way left of the lane on Troy Smith. Goes toward the left-hand corner. Gets there. Then brings it back outside. DeVita bounces in deep to Sharnowski. A whistle, though. And a foul to be chalked up against the Jacks. And we'll see who picks this one up, as Sharnowski had gotten loose in the lane, but before he can get a shot off, the whistle had blown, and Timmerman picks up the foul. So the Huskies playing in from out of bounds. DeVita looks to play it in, and DeVita sends it to Sharnowski in the lane. Now head of the key, Evans. Evans going to fire for 3, partially blocked, but he's fouled by Notches, and we'll see if they give him 3. They're going to give him 2 shots, apparently, saying he was on the line.
Yeah, he was just inside the 3-point stripe as Ryan Notches came up and tried to help out with the double team. And then they kicked it out front to Evans, so Notches got there a little bit late and tried to block the shot and was called for the foul.
Well, the Jacks know who Evans is now, and he's really not had a good look at the basket yet. St. Cloud goes to the bench. This will be Scott Springer, the 6'5 senior, who's been a starter for them at times. 7 points a ball game on the year. And Tommy Rotz checks in for Notches in the Jackrabbit lineup. At the free throw line is Evans. His first free throw is up and good. The 6'3 junior out of La Crosse, Wisconsin. Just 3.8 points a ball game on the season. But that 15-point effort against the Jacks was really the key to the Husky win in Minnesota. Second free throw also good by Evans. It's now 19-14. The Jacks lead is 5. Rops will come front court, works it left of the lane, sends it back outside for Bauman. Bauman going to direct traffic left of the key. Jacks have but one starter on the floor right now. That is Troy Bauman, who works to the right of the lane. Gives it off to Smith. Troy holds there. Looks down the lane as they cut through. Gives to Bauman in the corner. Bauman sends it back outside to Rops. Tommy The freshman from Lennox works his way to the free throw line. Then gives left to the key for Smith. Troy into the lane. Back to Rops on the right baseline. He drives the lane. Puts it up. Won't go. Rebound out of bounds. Last touch by the Jacks. And St. Cloud will play it in. 10:59 to go in the half. 19-14 South Dakota State. St. Cloud State playing it in. And a steal by Schutz. And he'll stuff it. He does. The second jam of the night for the Jacks, and they lead at 21-14. First bucket for Schutz. Front court, DeVita. Setting up head of the lane for St. Cloud. Comes left to the key. Goes to the left-hand corner, cut off by Troy Smith. Bounces in deep for Kesty. Spins the lane with a 10-footer that won't go. But Charnowski, pardon me, the follow shot is by Springer, who gets the bucket. It's 21-16. And a 5-point Jackrabbit lead. Front court, Rops. Holding up head of the lane. Comes left to the key. Looks for help outside. Finds Troy Smith. Smith off to Bauman. Bauman picked up outside by Evans. Holding the basketball. Gives to Rops. Tommy right of the lane for Troy Smith. Smith trying to work his way into the key. Got to the free throw stripe, but gives to the corner. Bauman's open for a three. No good. Rebound Charnowski. St. Cloud the basketball. They hustle front court down by 5. DeVita feeding Kesty on the drive. His shot is blocked, but they call a foul. And Kesty will get a couple of free throws.
They'll call the foul there on Troy Bauman, who had a pretty good block, but they'll call him for the foul anyway. Pretty good defense, though, by Troy Bauman.
DeVita will leave for St. Cloud, and Ward is back on. And we'll also get our first look of the evening at Travis Brown, a 6'6 junior, who comes in on the front line for Charnowski. Meanwhile, the Jacks going to get their starting big men back in, Van de Wettering and Leiferman, to replace Schutz and Timmerman. 21-16, Jacks by 5. 9:56 left in the first half of play. Greg Kesty at the free throw line for the Huskies. Got a pair of field goals already. This will be his first free throw opportunity. 77% on the year at the stripe. His free throw is up, and it is good. It rolled around enough and finally dropped in. 21-17. Second toss coming up for the 6'7 senior from Eden Prairie, Minnesota. His free throw is no good this time, and Van de Wettering has the rebound. Jacks the basketball. Jermaine Showers back in, comes front court. Off to Van de Wettering, head of the key. He'll spin it left to the lane for Rops. Tommy looks down the middle. Leiferman's not available, so he gives outside to Troy Smith. Troy Smith works to the right of the key. Showers comes out to help, but Troy still has the basketball. Smith starts toward the right-hand corner, then gives to Showers, head of the lane. Jermaine Showers picked up by Ward outside. And they're matched into the key, and then backing out is Showers to Van de Wettering. At the free throw stripe, Corey sends it outside, bad pass. Here's a breakaway, and driving all the way in and stuffing it home is going to be the man off the bench for the second time tonight. 2 field goals already by Scott Springer. So he's had a couple of jams for the Huskies and did not start tonight. He's pulled them back within 2 at 21-19. Showers front court to Rops. Tommy Rops looks down the lane, works his way to the free throw stripe, bounces in deep, turnaround Leiferman from 12 is good. So Leiferman in his final game in front of the Frost Arena crowd gets the field goal. Long pass the other way. Springer laid it up, it won't go, and Van de Wettering rebounds, and he's fouled by Evans.
Well, St. Cloud trying to beat the Jacks back defensively. Again, they throw the long baseball pass, try to get the layup, but that time Springer missed the layup, and Van de Wettering pulls down the big rebound. He was bumped by Evans, who's called for the foul. So they'll walk length of the court. Corey Van de Wettering going to have a chance to get his first points of the night. Troy Bauman checking back in for Troy Smith for the Jacks. Both teams right now shooting 50%. The Jacks 8 of 16 and St. Cloud 6 of 12.
McDonald replaces Evans in the St. Cloud lineup. And Corey Van de Wettering comes to the free throw line. 64%er on the year at the stripe. And looking for his first point of this contest. Corey's free throw is good. And the Jacks lead is 5, 24-19. 8:49 till intermission. Van de Wettering with a second toss. We'll have the happy coach Nancy Niebuhr to chat with us at halftime as the women won their 4th in a row and won in rather handy fashion over winless in the conference St. Cloud. Second free throw good by Van de Wettering. 25-19 South Dakota State. Ward brings it across the timeline, picked up by Showers. Ward sends it right of the key for Kesty. Now Kesty left of the lane for Brown. Brown has Leiferman on him. Brown gives head of the key, handled there by Springer. Springer trying to get around Rops into the lane and can't. Gives to Ward outside. Ward going to back it out and reset. 25 on the shot clock as he moves right of the lane, drives the lane. Behind the back pass, stolen by Bauman. He leads a 2-on-2 break. Troy into the lane, going to lay it up on the run. It won't go. We have a whistle, though, and a foul against St. Cloud.
Well, Jim, the Jacks there get a steal as Dan Ward went down the lane, tried a fancy over-the-shoulder pass, and it went right to Troy Bauman, who took off down court, went in for the layup, and drew a foul. The Jacks have 6 points off the steal already in the first half, and now a chance here for 2 more at the free throw line. St. Cloud has been careless with the basketball, or the Jacks have simply made some big steals, and they've had a lot of transition baskets in the first half.
Notches back in for Rops. Joel McDonald, who's a double-figure scorer, 10 a game, has picked up his 3rd foul, and he leaves the contest as Bauman hits the free throw. And we'll see Chad Gurman for the first time, the 6'2 junior, known as instant offense for the Huskies. He's 12 points a game off the bench.
You have to watch him from the three-point line as well. He's a good three-point shooter, likes to take that shot.
Second free throw is good by Bauman. And the Jacks lead is 27-19 as the Huskies come front court. Ward sends it to Springer. He starts down the lane, pumps from 12 on the run. It won't go. Rebound Showers. Stolen by Ward. Ward gives to Sharnowski, who backs it out and waits for Ward again, who resets. Now Ward fires for 3. It's good. Dan Ward's first field goal is a 3-pointer, and that pulls St. Cloud within 5. Bauman, front court, drives the lane, shut off by Sharnowski. Sends it out to Showers, who fires up a 3 that's no good. Rebound, Van de Wettering, knocked loose, and picked up by Brown. And Travis Brown of St. Cloud fires it down court, but it's stolen by Bauman. Jacks have a 3-on-2. Bauman into the lane to Leiferman, to Showers, but we have a whistle, and Leiferman knocking over one of the Huskies on his way to the bucket is going to pick up a foul.
Well, another careless pass there by Dan Ward. Tried to do a little bit too much with the pass, and it went right to Leiferman, who got it to Bauman. Then they went down 3-on-1, and Leiferman, just before he makes the pass to Showers, as he released the ball, went in and knocked down St. Cloud player in the lane, and he was called for the offensive foul.
Kramer will replace Springer in the St. Cloud lineup. Jacks lead it 27-22. 7:35 to go first half. Jacks will put on full court pressure. Brown to play it in from out of bounds for St. Cloud. Gets it into Ward. Now the Jacks drop back, and Showers the only one to press him to the timeline. Across the 10-second line comes Dan Ward. Spins it off right of the lane for Sharnowski. Leiferman's on him. Now to Brown, trying to back in on Van de Wettering as the ball stolen away. Jacks have it. Notches off to Bauman. Bauman comes front court. Troy Bauman to Showers head of the lane. Now off to Leiferman. Pete spins it off to Notches left of the key. Ryan Notches spins it to Bauman in the lane. Leiferman. Pete has the ball knocked loose. It comes out to Van de Wettering. Now to Showers. Showers to reset as he backs away. Calls the play. Gives to Bauman in the lane. He has the ball stripped loose and taken away by St. Cloud. Ward comes up with it. Long pass down court. Sharnowski in the lane. He feeds Brown underneath. He lays it up and in.
Once again, there's St. Cloud. Beat the Jacks back defensively. Got a layup out of it.
27-24. The Huskies back within 3. Jacks trying to come front court and get a good shot off here in the final 6:40. As Notches sets up right of the lane to Van de Wettering high post. He loops it into Leiferman underneath. He tried to lay it up, and Brown fouled him from behind. So Leiferman will end up at the free throw stripe as they looped it in deep. And Leiferman had beaten Brown inside.
Well, we see that play quite a lot, and it's always either Leiferman or Van de Wettering, and the other of those two makes the pass. And that when they do that, they bring one of the defensive players, one of the big men inside, away from the basket. So that leaves Leiferman matched up one-on-one inside. They lob it over the defense towards the basket, then let Pete go and get it. And they do that a lot with him and Van de Wettering. Usually results in a foul or a basket.
And they've chalked the foul up to Dan Ward rather than Brown. So apparently Ward reached in trying to help Brown out and picked up that foul, his second of the night. Schutz is checked in for Van de Wettering in the Jackrabbit lineup. Leiferman steps to the line and converts his first free throw. He's got 3 points in the ball game. Jacks lead by 4, 28-24. Second toss by Leiferman is good. It rolled around and dropped in. And the Jacks by 5 again, 29-24. Ward will come front court for the Huskies. Ward dogged by Showers outside. Comes left of the lane, starts down the lane, and then lost the ball, but Sharnowski picked it up, then missed the layup, and the rebound comes outside to Kramer. Off to Gurman, who fires a 3-up that's no good. Rebound, Troy Bauman. Jacks the basketball. Off it comes to Showers. Jermaine hustling front court into the lane, goes all the way, scoops it up on the run, and scores. Showers going right down the lane, picks up his 8th point, and the Jacks lead at 31-24. Less than 6 to play in the half as Ward comes front court. Long pass underneath for Charnowski, and he traveled. They didn't call it. Sends it outside. The ball's batted out of bounds by the Jacks. And the ball will be played from side court by the Huskies, who take Ward out, and DeVita is back on. The ball to be played from side court by Kramer. 31-24, Jacks by 7. Ball played into Gurman, now outside to DeVita. DeVita to Charnowski at the high post. Charnowski sends it head of the key to DeVita. Dino DeVita looks down the lane, starts it right at the key, then backs it away. Now starts down the lane again and is shut off, and has to send it outside. And Kramer feeds him neat for Charnowski. Fall-away 7-footer is good by Hog Charnowski. He's got 7 in the first half, 31-26. Jacks by 5 as they come front court. Leiferman starts into the lane, pumps it up from 15. It's good. 6 points for Leiferman. 33-26 Jacks. DeVita rushing the other way for the Huskies, and he is fouled by Schutz, who tried to reach in and steal. First foul on Jason. And team foul number 7 on the Jacks. Coming to the free throw line will be Dino DeVita, the 6'1 sophomore out of Milwaukee. Here comes Chris Bodette back into the St. Cloud lineup. Charnowski is leaving. Kesty is also on the front line, as they have Kesty and Bodette, along with Kramer, and a back line of DeVita and Gurman. DeVita stepping to the line, looking for his first point of the night, and he missed the free throw. Rebound scramble, loose on the baseline, out of bounds now, and last touch by St. Cloud.
Quick score here from the conference down in Sioux Falls. 1.5 minutes left in the first half. Mankato leads Augustana by 1, 39-38.
And, of course, if Augie were to knock Mankato off, the Jacks get a win. Jacks could even up their record with Mankato.
Tied for 5th if that happens.
Jacks come front court on top now by 7. Leiferman looked at the 3, passed it up, feeds Bauman in the lane. He drives, lays it up and in. Bauman going to the bucket, and he's got a 9-point first half. Jacks by 9, 35-26. DeVita front court for St. Cloud. Works his way left of the lane, then backs it out. Still working with the basketball. Gives it out to the right of the lane to Kesty, now to Gurman. Gurman has Bauman on him. Feeds head of the key to Kramer. Kramer trying to get around Notches and Kent. Gives to DeVita, now outside to Bodette. Bodette left of the lane to Kramer. Kramer looked over Notches with a 3 and passed up that opportunity, and then feeds it to Gurman, stolen by Bauman. What a steal! Off to Notches, back to Bauman. He'll drive it in and lay it up and in.
Oh, a great play there. Great steal, like you said, Steve, by Bauman. Then a great play by Notches to keep it alive and tip it to Bauman. He couldn't control it, so he tipped it. Then Bauman lays it in.
Timeout on the court. 37-26. Jackrabbits will be back in 60 seconds.
But the Huskies have 12 turnovers. The Jacks have 6.
Jacks pressure in backcourt. Troy Smith is in the lineup. And DeVita comes across the stripe. Vando Uttering back in as well. Down the lane, DeVita got Smith in the air, but feeds it off, though, to Kesty, who lays it up and missed the layup. And the rebound comes off to Troy Smith. He'll start it the other way for the Jacks. Troy Smith off to Schutz, now left of the lane for Bauman. Troy Bauman, one dribble, and then he stops, looks down the lane, bounces to Vando Uttering, who comes out to help. Now outside, over the head of Smith comes the pass. It'll roll all the way out of bounds, and the turnover against the Jacks. You know, Mark, I'm thinking back. We caught a little bit of the Husky television program this morning, and Butch Raymond was talking about having to key on Troy Bauman.
That's right, and, well, right now it'd be hard to take who to key on for the Jacks because the backcourt, the perimeter scoring has been there from Showers, Notches, and Troy Bauman.
And Bauman is the leading scorer in the contest. DeVita plays the ball in as St. Cloud goes to the bench to LaTroy Spann, and he handled the basketball and sent it back to DeVita. DeVita comes to the right of the lane, drives it into the lane. Now he's double-teamed, feeds it cross-court, and Kramer can't get the shot over Notches. Bounces in deep. Charnowski is back in. Fall-away 5-footer is good. Hauk Charnowski. He's an all-conference sort. 9 points in the first half here. 37-28. The Jacks lead it by 9 with 3:14 till intermission. Troy Bauman will walk it front court. Across the timeline, Bauman picked up by DeVita. Starts it left of the lane. Brings it back outside, looking for help, gives way to Troy Smith. Troy Smith looks over Gurman, and then Smith starts right of the lane, feeds it back left side for Bauman. Bauman to Vando Uttering at the free throw stripe. Corey looked down deep, nobody home, gives it out to Bauman. Now to Notches, posted up, fall away 12-footer, no good. Rebound off to Charnowski. St. Cloud will come the other way. DeVita front court. DeVita working his way left of the lane. Picked up by Troy Smith. Comes back to the right side with the basketball. Still handling. Now he bounces into Charnowski, who drives. His shot is blocked, but he is fouled by Schutz. 2 fouls on Jason, and Haug Charnowski will come to the free throw line.
To complete that thought on Troy Bauman, before last night, he had been averaging 18 points in his last 6 games. So I think that's why Butch Raymond looks at that and says, Troy Bauman, we need to key on and try to shut him down, and that has not been the case tonight. But in fairness to St. Cloud, most of his baskets have been in transition tonight off steals, and it's pretty tough to key on somebody when you're making steals and going down and laying it in or dunking it for the basket, because St. Cloud has 13 first-half turnovers, and the Jacks have had a lot of points off those turnovers in transition.
Schutz to the bench, and Leiferman back on for the Jacks. Haug Charnowski at the free throw line for St. Cloud. His first of 2 opportunities is up and good. So he's in double figures already with 10 points, averaging 14 a game on the season, 16 in conference play, and the number 2 scorer behind Gulson. Second free throw coming up now for Charnowski. It is up and in and out, no good. Rebound, Van de Wettering. Jacks the ball and an 8-point lead as Bauman comes front court. Off to Van de Wettering. Corey trying to bounce it into Leiferman, who was kicked by one of the Huskies, and the Jacks will play it from out of bounds. Huskies have Springer back in off the bench now. Up front with Spann and Charnowski. Bauman to play it in from out of bounds. And Troy holds and then loops it back outside to Troy Smith, who drives it into the lane. Fall away from 12 is around and off, no good. And Spann the rebound for St. Cloud. Off to DeVita. DeVita rushes at front court, trying to get into the lane. Got to the free throw stripe. Can't get a shot over Troy Smith. Feeds Gurman now in the lane to Charnowski. Back to Gurman to Charnowski again. Charnowski trying to spin around Leiferman, going baseline all the way in. He'll try to lay it up and missed it. Rebound, Van de Wettering. Charnowski really forced that one and couldn't get it to go, and the Jacks have the ball and still an 8-point lead and less than 2 minutes to go in the first half. Tommy Rops in the Jackrabbit lineup will handle left of the lane. Rops bounces left-hand corner for Bauman. Bauman outside for Troy Smith. Now Smith goes to the left baseline, drives the baseline, lays it up and in. Would have counted anyway because goaltending would be the charge against Spann.
Good quick first step there by Troy Smith. Corey Van de Wettering, no points tonight, but again, that last time down the court, a big defensive rebound, and he has at least 5 that I can remember in the first half already, defensive rebounds for the Jacks.
And the Jacks have a 10-point lead, 39-29. DeVita front court to Charnowski. Whistle away from the basketball and a foul against St. Cloud.
Yep. Called on LaTroy Spann as he and Van de Wettering there locked up in a duel in the lane, and Van de Wettering trying to play some pretty tough defense on him, and LaTroy Spann called with the push-off.
So they'll walk length of the court, and Corey Van de Wettering, who, as Mark pointed out, does not have a field goal to his credit, will step to the line where he does have 2 for 2, and will try to add to his point total with a 1-and-1 opportunity here. His free throw is up, and it is good. So Corey getting another opportunity. 64% at the line on the season. He had slipped below the double-figure mark in the last couple of games at 9 points now per game on the season, but he converts another free throw. He's got 4 in this game. 41-29 Jacks. 1:22 to go in the half. DeVita comes front court for St. Cloud. Bounces away to Charnowski. Outside, they'll send it to Spann. And Spann gives left of the lane for Gurman. Gurman trying to get around Bauman. Now fires a 3 over him. No good. Rebound, Leiferman. Jacks the basketball off to Bauman. And Troy will rush it front court. Bauman now slows it down and sets up the half-court offense. Feeds it away to Rops left of the lane. Tommy Rops off to Troy Smith. Troy Smith looks over Gurman. Hasn't made a move. Now he sends it out of the key. Bauman. Right of the lane, they spin it off to Rops and back out to Leiferman. Leiferman looks left of the lane. Gives to Troy Smith. Troy Smith gives right side. Bauman knocked away. It goes out of bounds. Springer with a good effort defensively, but he couldn't control it, and it will be Jacks' ball from side court. So the Jacks to play it in. 40 seconds left in the half. 18 left on the shot clock as the Jacks will play it in. Troy Smith will be the trigger man from out of bounds. Into Bauman. And now back to Troy Smith. Troy sets it up left of the lane. Starts down the lane. Going to fire one up. 3-point land. It is off the rim. No good. Rebound comes off to St. Cloud. Here comes DeVita front court. Feeds in the lane to Charnowski, and he stuffs it with authority. And the ball rolled loose after Charnowski had a thundering dunk.
That's not the shot the Jacks wanted. A three-pointer by Smith with 15 on the shot clock. Plus then St. Cloud gets it, goes down and scores, cuts the lead back to 10. The Jacks could have put it up to 14. Now St. Cloud has a chance to put it under 10.
But the Jacks will play for the last shot of the half as we're down to 15 seconds, and Bauman walks it front court to Van de Wettering. Van de Wettering holds it up outside. 10 seconds, he gives way to Troy Smith. Troy driving the baseline. He's shut off, double team, gets it out to Van de Wettering. To Bauman with 4 seconds, three. He'll fire one off balance, no good. Rebound in the corner and no shot. And at halftime, the score will read South Dakota State 41 and St. Cloud State 31. And we'll take a 2. Ball that awaits us here in Brookings. Jacks will play the ball in. Jermaine Showers playing with New Jersey, I see, to start the second half. And he is in the starting lineup along with Notches and Leiferman, Van de Wettering and Bauman, the starting five for the Jacks. We'll pick up on the halftime stats and some scores from around the conference as we get the opportunity. Jacks come front court. Showers working to the right of the lane. Picked up outside by Ward. He'll send it off head of the lane for Notches. Notches looks over Kramer, gives it back right side to Showers. Now Showers sends head of the key for Van de Wettering. Corey looks down the lane. They try to post up Notches on Kramer. Ryan, though, will bring it back outside. Gives to Leiferman. Now left of the lane for Bauman. Again, Notches trying to post up, and they can't get it to him, so Bauman will have to handle it head of the key and give it off to Notches, who works out there. Now to Showers, down to Van de Wettering, stolen away by Chernowski. And the turnover as the ball belongs to the Huskies. Here's Ward driving into the lane. Got within 10, sends it out to Chernowski. Takes the shot from the free throw line. They give it back to Ward to reset as the Huskies work it from head of the key. Long looping pass underneath, intended for Chernowski, but passed him out of bounds. Turnover.
Well, the two teams there trade turnovers, and now for the game, St. Cloud State has 13. The Jacks have 9. In the first half, St. Cloud 12 of 25, 48%. The Jacks were 14 of 28, 50%.
Notches front court for the Jacks, off to Van de Wettering, head of the key, to Bauman left of the lane. Troy Bauman looked over Kramer, got the screen from Leiferman, starts into the lane, pumps it up from 12. It is good as it rolled over the rim. So Bauman gets the right roll. It's 13 points for Troy. Here comes Ward the other way, all the way into the lane. Then he stops his dribble, sends it out to Chernowski. Chernowski got Leiferman in the air, but can't shoot, gives it off, and off the hands of McDonald, out of bounds.
Another turnover by St. Cloud, number 14 in the game. Rebounding at halftime, St. Cloud has 18. The Jacks have 14, led by Bauman and Van de Wettering, each with 4.
So the Jacks come front court, 18 and a half minutes left to play, and the Jacks lead it by 12, 43-31. Notches front court to Van de Wettering, head of the key, now to Troy Bauman. Bauman will set it up right of the lane, gives to Notches. Ryan Notches, tied up by McDonald, gives to Showers, left of the lane for Bauman. Troy Bauman looks down deep, nobody home. Leiferman comes out head of the lane, then returns the pass to Bauman. Bauman to Showers. Showers will work it head of the key. Now comes left of the lane, still on the dribble. He'll give it away to Notch's left-hand corner. He tries to work on Kramer. Holds the basketball, now starts it back outside, gives to Bauman, and he resets. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Bauman off to Showers. 5 seconds, 4. Showers into the lane. 2 seconds on the shot clock. He forces a 10-footer. That's an air ball, and the rebound comes off to Chernowski. St. Cloud will come the other way. Ward, cross court. Now they bounce it in the lane to Kesty on the drive. He has the ball knocked loose on the floor. They scramble for it. It goes on the baseline and saved on the sideline and then out of bounds. And one of the Huskies went diving into the bench and is not up yet. He might have been hurt. It was Ward, I believe, who went flying. And they're helping him up, and apparently he's okay. It's going to be Jackrabbit basketball.
Yeah, I think he will be okay, but there's another Husky turnover without a shot now, 3 straight times down the court. They have not gotten a shot off.
Jacks will play it from side court. The Huskies starting the second half with the 5 that started the ball game. Ward and McDonald on the back line, and Kramer up front with Kesty and Chernowski. And the Jacks with their starting 5 intact as Showers comes front court. Showers works it right of the lane, gives it away to Bauman. Bauman loops it into Leiferman, return pass to Bauman, who lays it up, who won't go. Follow Notches, no good. Rebound, they scramble on the floor. It comes away to McDonald. McDonald rushing front court, 3-on-2, into the lane to Ward, who lays it up. He is fouled, and he'll come to the free throw line. The bucket wouldn't go. Showers hustling back will pick up the foul.
Well, we have a minute here. Are those other scores from the conference halftime in Sioux Falls? Mankato leads Augustana by 1, 41-40. 6 minutes left in the first half, and Morningside leads Omaha 31-23. And halfway through the first half, the Coyotes lead Northern Colorado 11-2. The Bears only 2 points in the first 9 minutes of that game.
Ward just put up a free throw that's probably the worst we've seen all year. That didn't come close to anything. He has one more opportunity. Second free throw by Ward is in the direction of the basket and goes in. So it's 43-32. Jacks lead as they come front court. Leiferman head of the lane and tried to feed it inside. Couldn't find Van de Wettering. They give it back outside now to Pete. Right of the lane to Showers. So Leiferman who comes outside. He'll fire a three this time. It's no good. Rebound to Bauman. He brings it back outside. Resetting the Jackrabbit half-court offense is Jermaine Showers. He calls the play, directs traffic, starts to the right of the lane. Still has the basketball. Now feeds it back outside to Notches. Notches around McDonald down the lane. Fires from 10 off balance. No good. Charnowski the rebound. Off to Ward. Huskies trying to run front court. Ward gives left of the lane for Kramer, who fires a three. No good. Rebound Charnowski. Back outside to Ward. Now to Kramer. Looked at a three again, but passed it up. And gives instead to Kesty. Kesty working high post left side, and then gives back to Ward. He's the playmaker, and he'll direct traffic to the right of the lane. Ward gives it off to Kesty again. Kesty, way outside, gives to Charnowski left of the lane. He's tied up by Leiferman. He bounces right side. Steal by Notches. Now two players collide, and the foul will be on Kramer of St. Cloud.
Once again, good anticipation by Ryan Notches to step in and take away the pass, and then the big collision in near midcourt. Foul call on Kramer of St. Cloud. Another key for the Jacks in the first half was holding McDonald scoreless. Of course, he had to sit out much of the first half with 3 fouls, but he likes to take the three-point shot, and the Jacks have done a good job so far in the game of taking the three-point shot away from St. Cloud. So they'll have to try that and continue that here in the second half, because St. Cloud will probably start bombing up some threes here in the second half.
Stuart Kramer is going to leave the lineup, and back in is Scott Springer. Jacks will come front court, leading at 43-32. 16 minutes left in this one as Showers works left of the lane and gives to Bauman. Bauman, head of the key, picked up by McDonald. Feeds it off to Notches. Ryan Notches back right side for Bauman. Now Bauman, high post to Leiferman. Leiferman looks down the middle. Van de Wettering's not available. Pete has to give to Corey, who comes outside, pumps from 15 and hits. So Van de Wettering wasn't loose inside, came outside and got the bucket. His first field goal of the night. He's got 6 points. 45-32. Here's Ward firing a three that's an air ball. Rebound out of bounds, last touched by the Jacks. Boy, Ward's had a tough shooting night. Threw up an air ball on that three. His free throw earlier was about as bad. Ward to play it in from out of bounds. And he sends it outside to Charnowski. And then comes all the way out and takes the return feed. Now Ward setting up the Husky offense. Works down the lane on Showers and feeds it away. Here's Kesty with a fall-away 12-footer that is rounded out. No good. Rebound comes to the Jacks. Bauman off to Showers. Behind the back dribble brings him front court. Showers comes to the right of the lane. Out to Bauman, head of the key. Now Troy Bauman will spin it back to Showers. Showers right side. 20 away, but he'll back it out and give to Bauman. And Bauman holding head of the lane. Feeds it right of the lane for Notches. Ryan Notches. To Showers, head of the key. He'll fire a three. It is no good. Rebound, Leiferman. Pete is tied up by Ward and fouled by Ward. So Dan Ward will get his third foul. St. Cloud's going to go to the bench again. Travis Brown is going to check in. And Kesty will leave. So they're going to a smaller, speedier lineup.
They need to find some offense in 5 minutes here in the second half. They don't have a field goal yet.
Jacks lead at 45-32. St. Cloud had 31 at halftime. Ball to be played in. Jacks will send it outside to Showers. Showers to Bauman right of the lane. Troy Bauman loops it into Van de Wettering. Corey spins it inside. Couldn't get the shot over Charnowski. Sends it out to Notches. Left side Bauman. Now in deep. Showers, who lays it up and in.
Nice ball movement there with the easy shot for Jermaine Showers.
Long pass down court. Stolen by Notches. Oh, they called traveling on Ryan. He had hauled down the long bomb, but apparently moved the pivot foot and the travel. And St. Cloud wants a timeout. 14:31 left in the contest. Jacks lead at 47-32. We'll be back in 60 seconds. In from out of bounds. And handling head of the lane is going to be Ward. Off to the right side, McDonald. In deep, Shradowski hooks it up from 10. No good, and Leiferman the rebound. Off to Showers. Down court, the ball knocked out of bounds as Springer got a hand in again. He's been very active on defense. Jacks will play it from side court. Bauman to trigger it in. Jacks have the starting 5 intact. And a 15-point lead. Ball played into Showers. And Germain will now try to come front court, and they try to trap him as he made it across the timeline, and now he'll set up the half-court offense. Showers comes to the left of the key, bounces to Van de Wettering at the high post. Corey trying to spin around Charnowski, gives it head of the key for Bauman. Now Bauman works to the right side. Still has the basketball as he works toward the right-hand corner, sends it back out to Showers. They loop it into Leiferman high post. Leiferman trying to back on Charnowski and can't. Pete spins it down the lane, found Notches on the drive. He lays it up and in.
Again, the recipient of a nice pass that time from Pete Leiferman.
10 points for Notches. Jacks 49, St. Cloud 32. And down the lane, McDonald, he almost traveled. Gets the ball back outside to Charnowski, now to Ward. Ward setting up for the Huskies outside. Works to the right of the lane on Showers. Starts into the lane, drives all the way, and then gives the ball right to Leiferman. And Ward has been very wild with some of his passes tonight. Jacks front court. Showers drives around Ward into the lane and puts up the shot that won't count, but there's a foul on Ward. And the freshman Jermaine Showers playing against the sophomore Dan Ward, and Showers has won the battle tonight.
Yes, he has. Things not going good for St. Cloud here to start the second half. The Jacks threatening to break this one open. In the last 4 games, St. Cloud has lost their last 4 games coming in. They've given up an average of 84 points a game in those 4 games, and the Jacks on pace for about 84 tonight. And St. Cloud, meanwhile, really struggling offensively.
Jacks played in from out of bounds, and Showers puts up the 15-footer that goes. So Jermaine has 12 points, and the Jacks lead at 51-32 with 13:10 to play. Ward left the game with his 4th foul, and DeVita comes front court. He gives off to Charnowski. Charnowski to Evans, who's back in the game. He lost the ball, but it came right to Charnowski. And now outside to DeVita. St. Cloud looks a little bit in a shambles. Here's a steal by Showers. Oh, they're going to call a foul, though, on Jermaine. He thought he had picked the pocket cleanly, but Showers will pick up his 2nd personal foul.
Well, he almost did, and the Jacks are doing a real good job in this second half with their half-court defense. St. Cloud has only gotten 3 shots off in 7 minutes here in the second half.
And Springer will play it in from side court. They have Travis Brown back in their lineup, along with Evans and DeVita, who handles the ball outside now. DeVita, picked up by Showers, comes to the left of the lane, gives it to Charnowski. Now off to the right side, they'll swing it to Evans. Head of the key, Springer. He starts down the lane as the ball stripped loose, and the foul against the Jacks. And might be Showers again, who was halfway down court, but they call it back. And Showers picks up his 3rd foul, and he'll have to take a seat as Troy Smith will come off the bench.
Some quick scores here from the conference. Augustana, Mankato, 12 to go in that game. Mankato leads 56-51 at the half. Morningside leads Omaha 45-42. We'll have 2 more in just a minute.
Charnowski from 15, no good. Rebound on the lane, though, by Brown. His shot is blocked, but he was fouled by Bauman. So that will send St. Cloud to the free throw line. They still look for their first field goal of the half. They have 1 point, a free throw by Dan Ward. Timmerman, the first sub of the second half for the Jacks, and Van de Wettering goes to the bench. Schutz and Smith also joining the Jackrabbit lineup. And coming to the free throw line, Travis Brown, who has 1 field goal to his credit. And Brown, a 45% free throw shooter on the year. His free throw is good.
North Dakota State just getting started tonight. That's in Fargo, and then out in Greeley, the Coyotes lead Northern Colorado 31-12. And that game only has 3 minutes left in the first half. Quite a defensive showing tonight by the Coyotes.
Brown with a 2nd opportunity now for St. Cloud. His free throw is good. So he hit them both at 51-34, South Dakota State. And the Jacks come front court with that lead, and 12.5 to go in the contest. All the action on 570 WNAX in Yankton. Here's Notches left of the lane. Notches holds high, looks over Evans, sends to Troy Smith out of the key. Now to Bauman. Troy Bauman off to Notches out of the lane. Ryan starts down the lane, is cut off as the ball knocked loose, and DeVita the steal. He'll hustle up the other way. DeVita into the lane to Brown. He lays it up and in. Travis Brown with 6 points in the game, 51-36. as St. Cloud, with their first field goal in the second half, pulls back within 15. Notches front court, off to Timmerman. Timmerman into the lane for Bauman. Bauman trying to back around DeVita. He got him in the air, puts up the 10-footer. It won't go. Tip shots won't go. Rebound off to Springer, and the jump ball was called as Timmerman reached in. The arrow, though, will favor the Huskies. So with 11:44 left in the contest, St. Cloud will play the ball in. The Jacks will apply full court pressure. And the ball will be played in by Brown, off to DeVita. He'll try to rush it front court. Got away from Troy Smith. Goes all the way down the lane as the ball stripped loose and out of bounds. Last touch by Troy Smith. So the Huskies retain possession underneath their own basket. And DeVita looks to play it in. He's got Brown and Evans. Kramer now back in, and Springer. And he plays it outside to Brown. Open at the free throw line. He'll pass up that shot and send it off left of the lane for Kramer. Kramer gives way to DeVita. And Dino DeVita starts right of the lane. He'll feed it off into the lane. Evans going to fire one up. It is no good. Rebound shut. Jacks the basketball in a 15-point lead. Troy Bauman will bring it front court unmolested and calls his play as he sets it up head of the lane. Bauman gives way left side for Schutz. Jason spins to the free throw line, picked up there by Springer, and Springer knocks the ball away, and then Schutz knocks it away, but had a foul to do so. Third foul on Jason Schutz, and Springer has had very active hands here defensively for the Huskies.
Well, the Jacks right now trying to get some points off the bench with a lot of players in off the bench right now. Smith and Timmerman and Schutz. Last night the bench had 30 points in the win against Mankato. Tonight the bench has just 4 points. Quite a drop-off in production tonight from the bench from the Jacks.
St. Cloud plays it in from out of bounds. Jacks drop back on defense as DeVita comes front court. DeVita trying to get away from Troy Smith. Comes right of the lane. Bounces to the corner. Shot fired up there by Kramer is no good. Rebound shut. Jacks the basketball. Here comes Bauman the other way. Feeds in the lane to Timmerman. On the drive. Turnaround 10-footer won't go, but he is fouled. So Brad Timmerman, one of the 2 seniors playing their final home game here tonight. The third, Roger Campbell, is not suited up due to illness. And Timmerman will be looking for his first point of the night. Meanwhile, Tommy Rops comes off the Jacks bench. Ryan Notches will leave. Chad Gurman checks in for St. Cloud. And Evans will leave.
Let's see who picks up Chad Gurman for St. Cloud. He comes in to shoot. That's about all he comes in to do. And you know he'll be thinking 3-point shots, so we'll see who picks him up. Probably Bauman or Tommy Rops.
Timmerman at the free throw line. His toss is up. It is good. So the senior from Cuba City, Wisconsin, gets his first point of the contest. 52-36, South Dakota State. Second opportunity coming up now, and this one is also good. So Brad hits a pair. 53-36 Jacks. They pressure in backcourt as DeVita comes to the timeline, and they try to trap him, but he comes across the stripe, works to the right of the lane. DeVita comes back left side, gives to Gurman. He's got Bauman on him. Feeds it into Brown on the spin underneath. He lays it up, no good, but he's fouled by Schutz again. And Jason will pick up his 4th foul.
But Gurman wanted that 3-point shot to look like too, but Bauman right on him, right up in his face, and wouldn't let him get the shot off, so he went inside instead. And that's where St. Cloud drew the foul inside.
Leiferman will replace Schutz in the Jackrabbit lineup. Travis Brown coming to the line. Travis Brown has only averaged 2.7 points a game on the season. He's got 6 points off the bench tonight for St. Cloud. His free throw is good. So he's the surprise man tonight for the Huskies. John Evans, who was their bench hero the first time around, has had a dose of reality tonight and has just a pair of free throws. Next toss in and out, no good. Rebounded by Leiferman. Jacks the basketball. 53-37, they lead it as they come front court with 10:20 to play. Bauman left to the lane for Rops. Tommy trying to feed it in deep to Leiferman. Loose for the 10-footer. That is good. Leiferman's first field goal of the second half. 8 points in the ball game. 55-37. Jacks by 18 again. DeVita comes front court. DeVita got into the lane. Can't shoot at the free throw stripe. Gives to Kramer and then back to DeVita, who resets. Smith knocked it away, but DeVita goes and gets it. DeVita stops right of the lane. He'll spin it off there to Kramer. Kramer back outside. Springer in the lane. He'll pump it from 15. Partially blocked. Rebound. Leiferman tipped away, but it comes to Bauman. Jacks will come front court. Bauman works his way right of the lane. Gives to Timmerman. Back outside to Bauman. Now head of the key. Leiferman looked at the 3. Passed it up. Still has the basketball. Feeds to Timmerman in the lane. Brad spins it back out to Troy Smith. Troy Smith loops it into Leiferman. Fall away. 12-footer. No good. Rebound. Brown. Travis Brown will spin it away to DeVita. And DeVita hustles at front court for the Huskies. DeVita works right of the lane, loops it in. It's a bad pass over the head of Springer and out of bounds.
Well, right now, a combination of two things again. The Jacks are playing good half-court defense, but St. Cloud just can't get into rhythm in their offense here in the second half. This is what we saw the Jacks struggle at last night, but 11 minutes now in the second half. St. Cloud has one field goal.
And Jermaine Showers back into the lineup for Troy Bauman, and Showers will walk at front court. Showers starts to the right of the lane, gives it off to Troy Smith. Troy Smith holding high, gives it out to Timmerman. Now left of the lane, Showers. And Jermaine, picked up by Stuart Kramer, will stop his dribble, give way to Leiferman. Leiferman has Springer on him. Pete Leiferman works his way ahead of the lane and then bounces in deep for Rops. Tommy trying to get around DeVita, got a big advantage on him. Fall away from 10, in and out, no good. Rebound Brown, and he's fouled underneath by the Jacks. Well, Tommy Rops, who goes at about 6'7", had posted up on the 6'1" DeVita. An advantage that perhaps they'll try to use again, but Tommy couldn't get the shot to go. And then the foul was chalked up against Pete Leiferman, his second of the night. So Travis Brown at the free throw stripe. Ward and Charnowski come back in for St. Cloud with 8:48 left in the contest. Travis Brown at the free throw line. He's 3 for 4 there tonight. His free throw in and out, no good, and Troy Smith the rebound. Jacks the basketball, leading by 18. Here's Troy Smith again, front court, off to Showers. Head of the key, Timmerman. Timmerman spins it off left side for Tommy Rops. Now Rops picked up by Kramer, gives to Troy Smith. Troy Smith looked over Gurman, but sends it out high post to Leiferman. Now to Showers. Jermaine works toward the left baseline, but sends it back out. Troy Smith will handle it into the lane. He backs it away. Now back into the lane. Gives to the corner to Showers. Showers works it out toward the head of the key. Gives to Leiferman, open for a three-point effort. That is no good. Rebound, Travis Brown. Off to Ward. And he'll run it front court. Ward bounces in deep. Charnowski on the drive. He is fouled. And either Leiferman or Showers, as they tried to surround him. And Charnowski will come to the free throw line. And Jermaine Showers will pick up his fourth foul. Ryan Notches is back on for the Jacks. So's Corey Vandewettering. And now that Showers has 4 fouls, Troy Bauman will also pop off the bench to replace Jermaine. Haug Charnowski ends up at the free throw line. He is scoreless in the second half. He led the game with 12 points in the first half, but has not scored in nearly 12 minutes of the second half. Steps to the line now where he's 2 for 3 on the evening. Charnowski's free throw is good.
Well, in the second half, in 12 minutes, St. Cloud is 1 of 6 from the field. The Jacks have slowed down their scoring pace here in the last few minutes, but now they have Bauman and Notches back in the ballgame, and maybe they can pick that up.
Charnowski will take aim again on the free throw attempt. His second toss on its way, and this one is in and out, no good. Rebound, scramble, saved by Kramer. Sends it back out to Gurman. Gurman bounces it in deep. Turnaround shot, Bodette, partially blocked. Rebound, Charnowski up, no good. Tip Bodette, no good. Tip Bodette, blocked by Leiferman. Rebound, scramble on the floor. Here comes Notches. Ryan will race at front court. And Notches sets it off to Bauman. Now back to Notches, open for a three-point attempt. In and out, no good. Rebound tipped off to the corner. Gurman, though, has it. Gurman rushes front court for St. Cloud. He looked at the three, and then Notches shut it down. He has to get way to Ward. In deep, Charnowski around Timmerman. He laid it up. Missed the layup, but it's tipped up and in by Bodette. Bodette's first field goal of the contest. 55-40 is the Jackrabbit lead with 7:22 to play. Bauman comes front court, gives to Notches head of the key. Now left to the lane for Rops. Tommy Rops to the corner to Bauman. Bauman picked up by Bodette on a switch. There's a big mismatch. 6'9", Bodette picking up Bauman, who comes to the right of the lane. I don't think that's the matchup which Raymond wants. Off to Notches. Back outside to Rops. Tommy was open for a three, passed it up, drives in the lane, finds Notches underneath, and he lays it up and in.
Nice pass there by Tommy Rops. The Jacks have had some good passes in the second half for easy baskets.
Gurman front court for St. Cloud to Charnowski. Outside Bodette, who drives the lane, pumps it from 7 on the run. It won't go. Rebound, Timmerman. Jacks the basketball in a 17-point lead. They come front court with Bauman in control. Bauman going to slow things down and set up the half-court offense. Bauman still has the basketball with 6.5 minutes to go. Starts to the right of the lane. And now he'll look for help. Tied up by Ward. He spins it off to Van de Wettering, takes the return pass, drives the lane, puts it up, no good, but he's fouled by Charnowski. So a good give and go work as they shut down Ward, who was covering Bauman, and Troy ends up at the free throw stripe. Charnowski's first foul of the contest. Here's McDonald replacing Gurman in the St. Cloud lineup.
Some scores here from the conference down in Sioux Falls. Mankato now starting to pull away. They lead 73-59, 3 left in that game. Just underway second half. Morningside leads Omaha by 10, 54-44. At the half, this is a halftime score in Greeley. USC 39, Northern Colorado 17. And 8 to play in the first half. This game is in Grand Forks, not Fargo. North Dakota leads to Bison 32-18.
Oh, come on, Coyotes. Don't get the Bears too mad. We're heading out there on Tuesday. Here's Bauman, who made the first free throw, misses the second, and the ball's tipped out to Ward, and St. Cloud hustles the other way. Ward sends it outside to McDonald, who tries a three that is no good. Rebound, scramble. Ward tried to save it, threw it way outside, and got it to McDonald again. Now back to Ward. Ward starts to drive in the lane as the ball tipped loose. They scramble for it, and Bauman comes away with it. Jacks the basketball. Notches comes front court. Bounces to Leiferman. Leiferman works to the left of the lane, sends it back outside to Bauman, out of the corner to Tommy Rops. Rops looks over Springer, sends it out to Van de Wettering. Corey to Notches head of the key, left of the lane to Leiferman. Pete Leiferman looks in deep as Bauman posts up on Ward. Leiferman works his way head of the key, gives to Van de Wettering, now to Bauman, who comes outside, and now to Rops. Down the lane, Van de Wettering, turnaround, 10-footer, Corey won't go. Rebound, Rops knocked over a player, and that's going to be a foul on Tommy as he cleared the deck and knocked Ward into about the third row of the bleachers.
Well, Joe McDonald has had a rough night. He comes in averaging 10 points a game, 11 points a game. That last three-pointer was his first shot of the night. He hasn't scored. He's been in foul trouble, but the Jacks have really shut him down.
They'll walk length of the court on the first foul of the night by Tommy Rops, and coming to the stripe will be Dan Ward. A 68% free throw shooter, 1 for 2 tonight, and he's got 4 points in the ball game. He had his season's best 15 in the first meeting of these two ball clubs, but he has but 1 field goal tonight, and that was an early three-pointer. Steps to the stripe now, the 5'10 sophomore from Mankato. Got away and went to St. Cloud. Puts up the free throw, it's good. Although, when you take a look at the starting back line for Mankato, I don't know if they'd had a spot for him.
That's probably why he went to St. Cloud.
Ward with a second opportunity. His free throw is up, and it's good again. 58-42, 16-point Jackrabbit lead with 5:35 to go. Bauman will bring it front court. Comes to the left of the lane, picked up by Ward, got away from him, sends it right side for Rops. Tommy Rops looks down the middle as they cut through, sends it back outside to Bauman. Now Bauman comes left of the lane, gives to Notches, who pops out. Ryan Notches to Van de Wettering near the free throw stripe into Leiferman underneath. He tried to put it up. He's fouled by Bodette. Third foul on Chris Bodette, and Pete Leiferman will come to the stripe. And a couple of free throws could put him in double figures as he has 8 points on the night, including 2 for 2 at the line.
There's the Jacks again trying to force it inside, or not force it inside, but go inside. That was not a forced pass at all. A good entry pass from Van de Wettering inside to Leiferman, who goes up and draws the foul. The Jacks have mixed it up tonight, inside and outside. They've put up a few more three-point shots tonight than they have the past few games. They put up 9 three-pointers tonight, but the problem is they've only made 1.
And Leiferman misses the first free throw opportunity. Pete's second toss on its way. This one's perfect. 59-42. Jacks on top. 5:10 to play as Ward comes front court. Ward starts down the lane, still going, feeds it underneath to Bodette, who puts it up over Van de Wettering. No good, but he is fouled. And Bodette will end up at the free throw line. So the personal foul goes to Corey Van de Wettering, his second of the night. And Bodette is at the free throw line, where he is a 77% shooter. Has not been at the stripe yet tonight. Got 1 field goal to his credit. And the 6'9 senior from Rochester, Minnesota, steps to the line. His free throw is no good. He'll get 1 more. Jacks already have 10 fouls in the contest. 6 against St. Cloud in this second half. Second toss is up. It's good. 59-43 is the South Dakota State lead as they play the ball in under pressure by St. Cloud. Ball comes near the timeline to Leiferman, out of Bauman, and front court to Rops. Nicely done. Off to Notches right of the lane. Notches will fire a 3. That's good.
Left wide open. Why not?
And Notches with 15 points. 62-43. Here's Ward firing a three that's an air ball and out of bounds. And Ward is really hearing it from the Jackrabbit fans.
Well, there you saw Troy Bauman get up right in his face and take away the three-point shot.
So the Jacks will play it in from out of bounds. They're on top 62-43 with 4:38 to go. Bauman will come front court. Bauman starts right of the lane, gives to Notches. Notches picked up by McDonald, sends it outside to Leiferman. Pete will spin it off to Rops. Tommy, left of the lane, tries to move on Springer and gives to Notches. And Ryan Notches comes to the right side, bounces into Leiferman. Fall away, 12-footer, no good. Rebound, Sharnowski. And Haug Sharnowski was tough on the board. Will try to bring it front court, feeds it away to Ward across the time stripe. Ward works to the right of the lane. Ward still has the basketball, starting to the right-hand corner. Then feeds it down the lane too hard, off Sharnowski, off the backboard, and out of bounds. Boy, that was a bullet. We talked about Monty Dufault having been signed as an infielder by the Twins. Perhaps they should have looked at Dan Ward. He can throw.
Or as a quarterback for the football team. 2 second-half field goals for St. Cloud in 16 minutes.
Bauman will come front court. Left of the lane, off to Tommy Rops. Rops looks to inside, out to Notches, wide open for a three-point attempt. In and out, no good. And the rebound off to Sharnowski. Now to Ward, who comes front court. Ward races into the lane, still going, stops, spins, gives outside. McDonald will try a three. It is good. And McDonald gets his first field goal of the night. The three-pointer, 62-46. The Jacks with 3:25 to play. Bauman comes front court. Right of the lane for Leiferman, back to Bauman. Bauman tied up head of the key, spins it off to Pete. Now Leiferman and Notches wide open. He'll try a three again. This one no good. Rebound on the lane, and Notches goes and gets it. Notches resets for the Jacks. Notches, right side, Rops. Down the lane, Leiferman on the drive around Sharnowski. He'll try to put it up. No good, but he is fouled. And Leiferman will come to the free throw line. I don't know if that's a planned defense by the Huskies, but Ryan Notches has been wide open 3 times in a row.
Yeah, he has. The problem is he's only made one of those three, so it doesn't look like a smart shot when you miss him when you're up by 16 with 3 minutes to play and you're firing up 3-point shots, but he has been left wide open. I mean, no one within 5 feet of him on any of those 3 shots.
Leiferman ends up at the free throw line as Jermaine Showers is going to check back in for Tommy Rops. 3:05 left in our contest. That foul on Sharnowski is his second. And Leiferman at the free throw line where he is 3 for 4 tonight. Now his chance again to get into double figures. This free throw, no good. So Pete will try once again. He's got 9 points in the game. His season average is 10. He'll try to match that with a second free throw, and he missed it, in and out. And the rebound taken down by St. Cloud. They have Travis Brown back in, and he got it. Sends it front court. Down the lane they come. McDonald fires from 15. No good. Tip won't go by Springer. Rebound, though, in the lane by McDonald. And then a foul against the Jacks as Van de Wettering comes down to McDonald's back. And Corey will get his 3rd foul. So Joel McDonald will come to the free throw line. He's a 10-point-per-game scorer, but has but 1 field goal tonight. Pete Leiferman going to leave here with 2:53 to go. Don't know if this will be his final action in Frost Arena. But if he sits the remainder of this contest, it will be the finale in a home uniform. And he, of course, tonight ties the all-time record for appearances in a Jackrabbit uniform. Free throw is up and good by McDonald. His 4th point of the ball game, 62-47. The Jacks lead is 15 with 2:53 to go. Second toss is up and good again. 62-48. Jason Schutz is in for Leiferman. He played it in, and the Jacks will bring it front court. Jermaine Showers handling the basketball. Showers comes left of the lane, gives to Bauman. Try Bauman, picked up by Springer. Will walk it back out toward the head of the lane. Bauman gives to the left-hand corner to Notches. Now Ward on him tight. And Notches won't be able to shoot from there. He brings it back outside. Gives way to Jermaine Showers. Showers goes to the left baseline, out to Bauman, who drives the lane. Scoops it up underneath. It's knocked away. Springer got it off to Ward. Ward comes front court for St. Cloud to Sharnowski on the drive. He's tied up, and they call a jump ball as Bauman reached in and tied him up.
Oh, he's such a good defensive player. Troy Bauman can guard anybody on the floor, and he showed you why right there.
And the arrow will give the ball back to the Jacks. Sharnowski was chugging down the lane, all 6'7", 200-plus pounds of him, and Bauman reached in and tied him up. So the Jacks will bring it full court, holding a 14-point lead with 2:14 left to play. Showers, front court. Germain to the right of the lane, off to Bauman. He'll run some more time off the clock, sends it back outside to Notches. Ryan Notches handling the basketball as the clock ticks down toward the 2-minute mark. Now Notches will be double-teamed, has to cut it loose, gives to Showers. He's free left of the lane. He'll pass up the shot, bring it back outside. Still 20 seconds on the shot clock. Showers off to Bauman. Bauman loops it into Schutz on the drive, has the ball blocked by Chernowski, gets it back though, sends it out to Bauman. 10 seconds on the shot clock as Notches will handle. Notches to Showers. Germain, 6 seconds on the shot clock to Bauman. Bauman will start it down the lane, force it from 12. In and out, no good, but he was fouled.
He is so good at creating his own shot, Troy Bauman. That time, like you said, Steve, he almost had to force it up because of the shot clock, but he still got a pretty good shot out of that. And had that little hanging one-hander there from the free throw line. Just about got it to fall, but he drew a foul.
And it's Dan Ward's 5th. So they're starting point guard. Dan Ward is gone with 1:37 to play. And he will leave with a total of 6 points in the contest. The first half field goal from 3-point range and 3 for 4 at the stripe in the second half. And now St. Cloud is also going to substitute a couple of other folks, as checking in will be Evans and DeVita along with Kesty. Jacks, meanwhile, go to Brad Cruz for the first time tonight, and Coy Nelson will see his first action of the evening. And Van de Wettering and Schutz will leave. Jacks have Bauman and Showers, Nelson, Cruz, and Notches. And it's Troy Bauman who steps to the line. He has 14 points in the contest. He readies, and his free throw up, and no good. Rolled off the rim.
That's a nice way to send out Pete Leiferman, Brad Timmerman, and Roger Campbell with a sweep at home for the first time all year, back-to-back.
Second toss by Bauman is good. Jacks lead it 63-48 with 1:35 to play. DeVita brings it across the timeline, dogged by Showers, sends it away to Evans. Evans, who's been held without a field goal, flips it in the lane to Kesty. Fall away from 15, no good. Rebound, Showers. Jacks come the other way. Germain lead pass to Bauman. Bauman to Showers, head of the key. Looked at the three, passed it up, gives to Notches, and back to Germain, who will reset and call the play. Send it left side to Bauman. Troy Bauman to Notches, head of the key. Now Notches will hold, give it left side. Showers wide open, so will fire a three. It's good. So Showers gets the three, and it's 66-48. Front court. The Jacks will work it on defense, and Evans fires off balance, way off the mark. Rebound, Notches. Jacks will come front court in the final 45 seconds. Long pass stolen, though, by DeVita. DeVita will come the other way. He works it left of the lane. Behind the back pass to McDonald. Down deep, off the hands of Brown and out of bounds. And with that stoppage in play, the Jacks will go to the bench, and Tony Herrick and Kyle Jensen, the two late additions to the roster who have seen action in one previous ball game, are going to come in.
And they replaced a couple of guys who had a pretty good night tonight. A couple of juniors, Ryan Notches and Troy Bauman, played another solid game tonight.
Jacks will play it in to Showers. They have Showers and Nelson, Herricks and Jensen and Cruz. Showers comes front court. He'll send it away to Herricks. Tony Herricks drives to the right baseline. Beats Cruz for a 10-footer. Good.
I'll give the assist there to Herricks.
Basket by Cruz. 68-48. Jacks by 20. Front court. Here's Evans open from 17. Fires no good. Rebound. They scramble. Cruz had it. Evans took it away. Evans with 9 seconds. Feeds in the lane. Turnaround by Kesty. No good. Rebound tip is up. No good. Brown tips it up and in. And there's 2 seconds. One. No shot. That'll end the contest. But the Jackrabbits have swept the home series against the Minnesota Schools. They win it tonight by a score of 68-50 over St. Cloud State. The Jacks go into 16-10 and even their North Central Conference record at 8-8. We're going to take a 2-minute break here and come back to begin our post-game coverage. We'll rejoin you in 2 minutes.
The Kelchin Research Team. Do you know how long it takes those